Okay, I'm gonna make a short little video today because I have time after school on multiplying polynomials. This is what we've been doing this week. Truthfully, we're gonna keep practicing it till the right before spring break. But when we come back from spring break, we're not gonna be multiplying them anymore. We're gonna be dividing them. So it's important to try to master multiplying polynomials by the end of this week. If you're still struggling, then work on the delta math over spring break. It's completely optional. You don't have to do it, meaning don't cheat on it just because of some weird sense of accomplishment of finishing it. I'm going to make sure I multiply more than one at a time. I'm just going to make some up. So let's say 2x minus 3 times x plus 2 times x, I don't know, minus 3, and then x plus 4. These are four different binomials that we need to multiply together. Multiply two at a time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 2x minus 3 times x plus 2. I am going to use the area model because that is, truthfully, it's the easiest thing to grade. Trying to grade distributor property is a headache and it's hard. I get lost in your work, and if I get lost in your work, you probably get lost in your work. 2x times x, 2x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. 2x times 2 is 4x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Okay, if I write this out, so 2x squared minus 3x plus 4x minus 6. Combine like terms, I have 2x squared. Negative 3x plus 4x is plus 1x minus 6. So now I have this. This is the result of multiplying this term and this term. I haven't done any of the multiplication with this. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2x squared plus x minus 6 times x minus 3 times x plus 4. I'm just going to keep going left to right for now. So now I'm going to multiply 2x squared plus x minus 6 times x minus 3. This has 3 terms. This has 2 terms. So when I make my area model, I'll make a box where I can fit 3 terms times 2 terms. My 3 terms go up here, 2x squared plus x minus 6, and then my other 2 terms go here. Now multiply again in the little boxes and combine like terms after. This becomes 2x cubed. X times x is x squared. Negative 6 times 6 is negative 6x. 2x squared times negative 3, negative 6x squared. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 6 is 18. So this becomes 2x cubed. Negative 6x squared plus x squared is negative 5x squared. Negative 3x minus 6x is negative 9x plus 18. So far, I've multiplied 1, 2, 3 things together. And I have this. Well, I still haven't done anything with the x plus 4. So now I need to multiply this times x plus 4. So times x plus 4. Well, now I have 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, multiplied by 2 terms. So our box this time will be 4 terms multiplied by 2 terms. And then my 4 terms go here, 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus 9x plus 18. Then I have x plus 4. 2x cubed times x, 2x to the power of 4. Negative 5x squared times x, negative 5x to the power of 3. Negative 9x squared, 8x. Here I have 8x cubed minus 20x squared minus 36x plus 72. Well, I have to combine like terms. This is my only x to the power of 4, so that's 2x to the power of 4. I have 8x to the power of 3 minus 5x to the power of 3. That's plus 3x to the power of 3. Negative 20x squared minus 9x squared is negative 29x squared. And then I have negative 36x plus 8x is negative 28x plus 72. So yeah, it can get ugly and it can get long. You still have to know how to do it. You have to know at least the idea of multiplying one term at a time with another term. And then how the boxes actually grow. Because I saw too often we were trying to like create this one giant mega giga box. But that's not how it works. It's not how any of this works. Let's do some examples with I. Because truthfully, that's the level that you need to get to. You need to get to the point by the end of this unit where i's are nothing. They mean nothing to you. They're just another thing to multiply by. You have to stop being scared of the i's. So let's start nice and simple. Let's say 2 plus 3i multiplied by 2 minus 3i. And there's a very specific reason why I'm keeping this as they're called conjugates, where one is plus 3i and the other one's minus 3i. I should say 2 plus 3i and 2 minus 3i, where they're the same thing, but they're separated by a plus and a minus. That's how they're going to appear in this unit. Nothing else other than that. And what ends up happening when we multiply a positive and a negative conjugate is, so let's say 2 plus 3i, 2 minus 3i. This is 4. This, 2 times 3 is 6, times I is 6i. Maybe I should have put an x there. Let's make this x. Sorry, I'm not going to restart the video. So that's 4x squared. 2x times 3i. 2 times 3 is 6, times x. So 6x times I. Don't overthink it. I is just a letter for now. It's just a letter. 2x times negative 3i. Again, negative 3 times 2 is negative 6, times x. So times x times I. Then negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. I times I is I squared. What you're going to notice is the i's, and there's a difference between the i's and the I squareds. The i's are going to cancel out because of this nature of plus and minus. So some of us that were just doing 2x times 2x and 3i times negative 3i, yes, you were getting it right, but you didn't know why. You were skipping this step where these are going to end up canceling out. Do not skip steps. You have to know why it works. So now we have 4x squared minus 9i squared. And here's where the idea of, well, I squared is negative 1 comes in. Anytime you see I squared, you substitute negative 1. So this becomes 4x squared minus 9 times negative 1. That is just 4x squared plus 9. So it started off with i's, now no longer has any i's. Now, let's do an example that's a little bit crazier. And again, I'm going fast because you can stop the video at any time you want. You can pause, you can rewind. Let's do a crazy one. Let's do x plus 3, let's say squared, times x minus 1 times, let's do 2x plus Oh, it can't be plus, my bad. Minus, let's say 1 minus I. And then we'll have 2x minus 1 plus I. This looks insane. When you get to the test, this is what it's going to look like. Not even like this. There's going to be even less information, and you're going to have to piece it together, and you're going to have to write an equation that looks like this to start your problem. And you're going to do it, because last year my kids did it. And last year, truthfully, my kids were not to your guys' level. So I know you're going to do it. Let's start off with x plus 3 squared. That is just x plus 3 times x plus 3. Now, for those of you that like distributive property a little bit more, I'll do that. So x times x, x squared, x times 3 plus 3x, 3 times x plus 3x, 3 times 3 is plus 9. So this part, this x plus 3 quantity squared becomes x squared plus 6x plus 9. Now, this x minus 1 doesn't have an imaginary part yet. So I'm just going to multiply x squared plus 6x plus 9 times x minus 1. So let's distribute 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times negative 1 is negative x squared. 6x times x is plus 6x squared. 6x minus 1 is negative 6x. 9 times x is 9x. 9 times negative 1 is negative 9. So we combine all our like terms, we're left with x cubed. This are like terms, these are like terms. Plus 5x squared plus 3x minus 9. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this to the side for now. And we're going to deal now, we're going to multiply these two monsters together. And they really are monsters. At least they start off as monsters. What you have to do first, what these parentheses mean, you have to distribute this minus sign first. And rewrite these terms. These terms become 2x negative sign times 1 becomes minus 1. Negative sign times negative I becomes plus I. Now this other term becomes 2x minus 1 minus I. You need to multiply 3 terms times 3 terms. So do a 3 by 3 box. And I'm going back to the box because distributing 3 by 3 is an absolute nightmare. And it looks ugly. And it's nice in the box because something really nice happens in the box. Let's see what that nice thing is that happens in the box. 2x times 2x is 4x squared. 2x minus 1 is negative 2x. 2x times I is 2xi. 2x times negative 1 is negative 2x. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. Negative 1 times I is negative I. Negative I times 2x is negative 2xi. Negative I times negative 1 is positive I. And then negative I times positive I is negative I squared. What you should notice, anything that has just i's in it. 2xi minus 2xi. Well, those just zero out. And then plus I minus I, well, that just zeroes out. Because when you combine these, that makes 0. And with enough practice, you'll be able to recognize quickly that negative I squared, well, that's just plus 1. So you're left with 4x squared Negative 2x minus 2x is negative 4x. And now you have 1 plus 1 plus 2. Are we done? Hopefully you said no, because we still have not multiplied everything together. These three we multiplied and we got this. These two that have I in it, we multiplied together and we got this. And if I were you, if you have two terms with I in both of them, multiply those together first, because nice things are going to happen. Don't throw yourself into the fire by trying to multiply all this times this first with the i's, because your head's going to hurt. And my head's going to hurt reading it. So now to finish this, 4 terms times 3 terms. Guess how big our box is going to be? I hope you said 4 by 3, because it will be a 4 by 3 box. And now our 4 terms come up here, so x cubed plus 5x squared plus 3x minus 9. And then our 3 terms on the side, so 4x squared minus 4x plus 2. 4x squared times x cubed is 4x to the power of 5. 4x squared times 5x squared is 20x to the power of 4. 4x squared times 3x is 12x squared. 4x squared times negative 9 is negative 36x squared. Negative 4x to the power of 4. Negative 20x cubed. Negative 12x squared. This should be cubed, I'm sorry. I just caught that. I hope someone else caught that before. Negative 4x times negative 9 is 36x. 2 times x cubed is 2x cubed. 2 times 5x squared is 10x squared. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times negative 9 is negative 18. Are we done yet? No. Combine like terms. This won't always work out nicely, but here we have 4x to the power of 5. Negative 4x plus 20x to the power of 4 is plus 16x to the power of 4. 2x cubed plus 12x cubed is 14x cubed. Minus 20x cubed is negative 6x cubed. 10 minus 12x squared is negative 2x squared. Minus another 36x squared is negative 38x squared. 6x plus 36x plus 42x. And lastly, minus 18. I know this is a lot of steps. Truthfully, you've been multiplying binomials. You multiplied binomials in the first semester. You're just adding more terms. The box is getting bigger. We have imaginaries that we're multiplying now, but as you can see, the imaginaries kind of just they end up canceling themselves out. They end up zeroing out. You're gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. We have a long road ahead of us. You have a long time to learn this stuff. But we're gonna start dividing soon. And dividing is even more hectic. Once we're done with dividing though, we have about 2-3 weeks in order to just practice, get better. You'll be okay, but you cannot slack off in class. Good luck. Have fun. I'm always here for you. If you have questions, just ask. Please. Goodbye.